Welcome to the third of our 5-part Restorative Practices series training, intended for teachers and staff in the Tucson Unified School District. Each employee who takes these self-paced professional learning trainings must complete them in order. This third part will cover the social discipline window, which involves 4 basic approaches to maintaining social norms and behavioral boundaries. Let's begin. Social discipline window is represented as 4 different combinations of high or low control and high or low support. The goal is operating in the with window when engaging with students. The restorative domain combines both high control and high support and is characterized by doing things with people rather than to them or for them. The fundamental hypothesis of restorative practices is that human beings are happier, more cooperative and productive, and more likely to make positive changes in their behavior when those in positions of authority do things with them rather than to them or for them. A detailed explanation will be provided for each window. Let's begin with 2. 2 involves high control and low support and represents an authoritarian or punitive approach. You're doing things to people by setting rules and holding people to them. 2 is cold and distant, once again being classified as authoritarian. Punitive practitioner style for 2 has observed behaviors that often use a tone of voice that blames or accuses. It lacks of support and directions and notices inappropriate behavior. It is more than appropriate and frequently gets immediate compliance. It has high standards. The likely outcomes include an ordered classroom or setting with anxious, resentful students. The short term is compliance, but there's rarely a lasting behavioral change, resulting in high teacher stress and a negative classroom atmosphere. Examples of 2 expressing authoritarianism include as follows. Teachers saying, "This is my classroom and I don't want that student to come back in. I sent them to the pick room for the rest of the day." Or school staff saying, "We will see what we can do to get that student a long-term suspension. They need to learn the lesson." Another example is if a student says, "Could you repeat that? I didn't hear." And the teacher responds with, "I already said it once. It's your fault if you weren't listening." Another corner of the social discipline window is not. Not involves low support and low control and can be best characterized as not doing anything at all. For this reason, not is neglectful and even destructive. Observed behaviors of the neglectful practitioner style for not include a lack of consistent engagement or concern over the quality of student work. The neglectful practitioner also ignores inappropriate behavior and uses only video and worksheets to teach. Likely outcomes of this style are a failure to identify warning signs of academic or behavioral difficulties in students. Students themselves may withdraw or feel worthless, leading to increased outbursts in order to get the teacher's attention as a result of the lack of order and control in the classroom. All of this severely limits any meaningful learning taking place in the classroom and leads to high teacher stress. Examples of not or neglectful approach include teachers who don't want to admit something is wrong with their class or refusing outright for help from support staff. Another example would be support staff members avoiding the teacher in class entirely, leading to further struggles with discipline and relationships. Further examples include when students say they are having a really hard time and ask for help. The teacher responds, "I didn't even notice. Maybe they can help you at the Boys and Girls Club later." The third pane in the social discipline window is 4. 4 is low control and high support, which equals a permissive approach. The 4 approach believes nurturing alone will make positive changes and lead to protectiveness. There are no clear boundaries with the 4 approach. Examples of the 4 approach include when teachers say, "I don't want to refer that student for services because I know they don't do it on purpose. They are dealing with so much at home and I think it's in their best interest that I just let them be here in class." Another example is when school staff says, "Let's make exceptions for this student since he is going through a lot at home. Please don't apply the rule as usual until further notice." Another example of 4 is when a teacher says, "We are going to try a seating chart today," and the students reply by saying, "What are you talking about, miss? You always let us sit where we want. We aren't doing it." The last pane of the social discipline window is with. With is a high control and high support restorative approach. With is authoritative, but through doing things with people. Boundaries and expectations are set with high levels of support and nurturing. The with approach aims for people to succeed and make positive changes. Observed behaviors of the restorative practitioner style for with include engaging content delivery, clearly written objectives and goals, effective language, and collaborative conversations. Restorative practitioners engage everyone in decision-making. The likely outcomes of this style include a positive atmosphere with high-quality work output where positive relationships are constructed. There is a consistent sense of hope and optimism that fosters effective classroom management where students feel safe. The restorative practitioner style includes restorative circles. Examples of the restorative approach includes when teachers say, "I need more support and strategies on how to work better with this class. I would like to do restorative circles with them." Another example is when school staff says, "We will offer restorative conferences and individual sessions so they have the opportunity to share their feelings and thoughts and work through their conflict together." A further example is when a student is upset because the same person steals their pencil every day, and the teacher responds with, "If you feel comfortable, I can help you solve your problem outside and we can talk it out." Congratulations! You have completed the video portion of Part 3 in our Restorative Practices series training, which focused on the social discipline window. You can now head to topic number 2 and pass the quiz with an 80% or higher to receive full credit for this course. Then register for Part 4, the 9 effects and the compass of shame.